Hello, in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to set up BigFix actions, specifically the BigFix actions that relate to ILMT. And this is going to be a scenario that can be used if you are upgrading ILMT or if you are starting with a fresh install. So I have my BigFix console pulled up and I'm in actions here on this left-hand side. Now, if you have already had ILMT running for a while and you're just upgrading it, then you'll want to stop the actions that are associated with that last version. So in other words, imagine that the current version is 9.2.35 and you have 9.2.34. You want to stop all those actions. Now, I've already stopped 3 of them, but I'm just going to demonstrate how to stop the one that is where the state is open. And you just simply click stop. So we're going to be doing 4 actions today. So the install or upgrade scanner, the initiate software scan, the upload software scan, and the run capacity scan and upload results. So if you have already set these before, then I just want to point out that you can look down here in the behavior section. If you click on the action on the bottom half, you can look at the execution and you can see what you set it to before in case you need to reference that. And if you're installing for the first time, this is where you can find the information for the things that we will be doing in this video. And without further ado, let's go up to fix some tasks in the top left-hand side. And we're going to search for install. And it's ID number 1. You can just sort by ID 1 as well. And we'll go to take action. And we're going to do dynamically target by property and all computers. The reason we're doing this is because we want all computers that ever touch BigFix, at least generally speaking, to receive the ILMT scanner. And that makes it so, if you add 10 servers 1 week, you don't have to manually, go in or try to remember to run this action again. You just need to set it up once and let it do its thing. So once that's selected, go to execution and we will uncheck the ends on because as I mentioned, we do not want it to end. And we're going to change the on failure retry up to 7 times. And instead of 1 hour, 1 day. If a server is off, there's not really much use for trying 7 times. We'll just give it a little bit of time before we retry. These don't have to be this setting, but that's what we recommend at Anglepoint. And you can select OK once that's done. Now for me, I already have all the servers that are reporting to BigFix. I already have the scanner, so there's none that are applicable, but that's okay. If I were to add one in 5 minutes, then it should catch that server and it would install the agent, or rather the scanner. So the next ID is the ID number 2, initiate software scan. So you can search for that or just find it under ID number 2. And so this scan is one that is a little bit more intensive as far as the CPU, sort of what it takes to run. It uses up to 100% of one CPU. And unlike the hardware scan, which we'll get to in a second, that runs every 30 minutes, it really just needs to run once a week. And that being said, it can be a little bit computationally intensive sometimes, depending on what server it's running on. And so if you want to, you can set a threshold. We often recommend 25%. This will make the scan take longer, but that may be an acceptable trade-off depending on your situation. And then you go to take action. We'll do the same thing as before, dynamically target by property, all computers. And then we'll go to execution here. And there's a lot of options. I'm not going to take the time to explain all of them. But essentially, you can set it to run at certain hours or run only on, for example, a Saturday and Sunday. As I mentioned, it only needs to run once a week. So if it runs on Saturday and let's say it fails because it's offline or something, but it's online on Sunday, then it should catch it at that next day, but then it won't try again until the next Saturday. And so you can mess around with these settings, but typically we want to make sure it runs at least once a week. And we want to make sure that it does retry if it fails. So on this behavior section. And Besides that, we can leave the defaults to 7 times in one day. And we'll select OK here. And again, make sure you've selected all computers. Great. So next, we're going to go to the second half of this action, which is to upload the software scan results. You can search for that, or it's ID number 3. And we'll go to take action. And again, dynamically target by property and all computers. And that should be all you really need to do for this one, but we are going to change, or we do recommend changing one thing. So on failure, retry 3 times, wait 1 day. So just a small change there. And you can select OK. Great. And we'll go up to fixes and tasks again and select the last one, which is ID 20, which is run capacity scan and upload results. So this one is the scan and the uploading of the scan. This runs every 30 minutes. It has to run every 30 minutes to be compliant with IBM. So we are not going to change very much here. We're just going to go to take action, and we're going to select this option in bold. Click here to schedule regular capacity scans and upload results. Now, it is okay if in the future you need to run this one-time scan if something isn't reporting in or you're testing something, that's totally fine. But we definitely don't want 2 of these running at the same time, because since they run every 30 minutes, they'll just keep running these scans. The scans are generally not computationally intensive. They just take like 5 to 15 seconds generally. And we'll do the same thing here with dynamically target by property and all computers. Don't touch anything with the execution tab up in the top left, because again, it has to run every 30 minutes. And select OK. And there you go. So those are all of the fixes and tasks that you will need to run, either if you're setting up for the first time or if you just installed the ILMT server. You can check the status of these here. You should have 4 that are open. If you don't have 4 that are open, then maybe rewatch the video that from the beginning and just make sure you didn't skip any steps. And these should always be open. Make sure no one changes these to stopped unless they have a very, very good reason, because it can really mess things up really fast. So hope that video was helpful, and thanks for watching.